What are some of the tips to pay attention to while driving and parking your vehicles? What are some of the tips for dealing with children? What are some of the tips around the home? And what are some of the tips surrounding attending parties? What does it mean to be observant? To be observant, that's someone who's quick to notice. That's someone who's quick to notice. Or someone who's quick to perceive things. Like some people say, I have a gut feeling. You know, I feel it in my bones. Some of them would be alert, sharp, focus, watchful, tentative, sharp eye, keen eye, or vigilant. Why do we observe? We observe, we're looking out for suspicious persons. We're looking out for crimes, we're looking out to save lives. To secure evidence, report, anything, recover, stolen property, or protect, wanting criminals. These are reasons for observing. Reasons to be aware of suspicious vehicles. I'm quite sure persons that, from time to time report the police. There's a vehicle parked on the corner, there's a vehicle parked in the area that's been there for days. You have a find the vehicles. Come in. Hi. You have abandoned vehicles, you have traffic or parking violations, you have parked in unusual spots. You have unattended for long periods of time in these vehicles. You have vehicles parked near certain facilities near their back doors. These are the types of vehicles that persons from time to time report the police about. Seeing these types of vehicles parked in their areas. Let's talk about pedestrians. Let's talk about the appearance of pedestrians. Do they fit the description of suspects or persons that we would call suspects? Are they agents? Do they appear as all called emotionally disturbed? I know from time to time we see a lot of persons walking around in our neighborhoods. There's a lot of stuff going on with mental illness, and you have a lot of persons from time to time that you see drifting into these neighborhoods. When you see persons running in their area, they're wearing jogging clothes, they're wearing civilian clothes, they just run. Where are these persons coming from? They're coming from a crime, they're running from someone else, they're running from doing something. You see persons behaving in strange manners. You have to be observant of these persons. Contact the police. Let's go to ATMs. Maybe teller machines. If you use an ATM machine, don't go to a bank with nothing in that area open up. Go to a service station. Go somewhere where there are actually persons moving about in the area. You have persons that go to CIBC, nothing open in that area. They go there, they come out, person waiting, they get off it. Don't use ATMs at odd hours. Don't use ATMs at odd hours. If you go into the ATM, go along with somebody. Hide your pin. Check. Now you have to check the ATMs now. You have to shake the ATM a little bit now. Because they have these skimmer machines. These skimmer machines. People taking your code. They watching you. There's a lot of things that's going on right now in the Bahamas. Is really just catching up crime-wise that have been on for years. And honestly, we're a little slow to respond. Don't throw your ATM receipt in the garbage. First, pick it up. All right, that's something to target the next time we see it coming. All right, what about the shoppers? All right, when you shop during daylight hours, shop during daylight hours whenever possible. Avoid those trips to the shop late at night. Go with friends or family. Go with somebody. Don't go by yourself. You're trying to struggle with a bag and trying to figure out how to open this car. You don't want to push button there. Car battery. You got to push the key in and try to manage this bag. Persons creep right up on you and they will be going inside the vehicle. Dress casually, dress comfortably. So you don't have anything loose hanging in anything that persons can snatch onto it and probably pull you down as well. Avoid wearing expensive jewelry. Go to the food stores and that makes you a target. Time ago, we had persons that actually used to stake out these same food stores. When we sat down with them and we taught them, we sat down with them and we asked them, well, how would you know who to target? Let's go to the food store. I see you walking through and you got a Rolex on. I see you walking around the Killarney, they follow you home and they have to do it. So when you're wearing your expensive jewelry, watch the places you're going with them on. There's people watching you. Don't carry a personal wallet. Ladies, for the ladies, everyone, you're like these bag and your Manhattan boots or just drape over your shoulder. These fellas will drag you. They will drag you with these persons. Because you only let them go. They will drag you. Something easily manageable that you could always tuck in your shoulder. Okay, even though you were rushing, thinking about 1,000 things, stay alert to your surroundings. Always be aware to your surroundings. Always look around. Always pay attention. Always pay attention to everything that's going on around you. Even like your cell phones. You have persons that walk up and down with these cell phones glued to their ear, and they are totally oblivious to everything that's going on around them. People's been following them for a while. They ain't paying attention to nothing. The only thing they're concerned about is the person that they're talking on the phone. We have to be aware. We have to pay attention to what's going on around us. All right. Pay attention to purchases with check. Pay attention. Okay. Pay for purchases with checks or credit card. Try to avoid the usage of cash. You don't want no cash. You don't have no reason to block it because they can't really use a card. You cut that off at the back. Using check, using cards. That's always better. Keep cash to the minimum. If you're going to travel with cash, keep your cash in your pockets, in your front pockets, as opposed to your back pockets. You have people that come, they pick your pockets. You hear it, you can always feel it, you know it's still there. Okay, yeah, I still feel it. If your cards are stolen, notify the banks, credit card company immediately, so that they can put a hold on these cards. Keep a record of all your credit card numbers at home in a safe place. In case your card is actually stolen, you have that home, you can pull it up, and you can call these places and you can check on these things. Be extra careful. If you do carry a wallet or a purse, they are prime targets for criminals in crowded shopping areas. Be extra careful. Transportation terminals, airports, cruise ships, and all that, bus stops, and all that, traveling with these crowds. Avoid overloading yourself with packages. It's important to have a clear visibility of freedom of motion to move. That's what I spoke about earlier. Traveling over your car with your bags on it. Beware of strangers approaching you for any reason. Hey, they can't borrow $4, they can't borrow $1. Be aware of these persons. Hey, the little kids walking around with these sponsor sheets. Be aware of all of these things. You have to be aware of these things. Scam artists, these are the persons who are going to try and swindle you out of your money. Driving. Avoid driving alone at night, when possible. Avoid driving alone. Keep all the car doors locked while driving, even and when you come to stop at these traffic lights, keep your doors locked. Keep your windows closed. Set your alarm to use an anti-theft. Set your vehicles to use an anti-theft device. If you have to shop at night, park in a well-lit area. Avoid parking next to vans, trucks, cars with tinted windows because you don't know who's sitting inside them. Once again, being vigilant, knowing your surroundings, paying attention to what's going on around you. Park as close as you can to your destination. As always, key. Park as close to the door as possible. Take notice of where you park, so when you're leaving, you don't have to be looking around the parking section. Take notice of that. And never leave your car unoccupied with the motor running. The insurance ain't gonna pay you up, then you'll tell it when you get in position and you're behind drive off. season. You know, holiday season, you park, you go in the morning, you come to your car, you know, with your car going, the packages, and people can see the packages from the outside. Don't do that. The people can raise your car and take your stuff. This creates temptation for thieves. If you must leave something in the car, lock it in the trunk, put it on the side. Be sure to locate your keys prior to going to your car. That's for the people who want to get the keys in the bag and they pocket, and they have like apartments, and you go there, you don't have this key out, have the little color coded stuff on the keys so you know which key it is that you need. As soon as you get in your car, push your key in the door and go. Don't beat the door. And trying to find it. That's a hazard in itself. Keep a secure hold on the purse, the ladies with eyes in there, and parcels. Do not put them down on top of the car and want to go in the door. When approaching or leaving your vehicle, be aware of your surroundings. Do not approach your car and know that there's suspicious people in the area. There's people hanging around the vehicle or hanging near to the vehicle. Ask more store security for an escort if you need to. That's what the security there for. They're not going to allow you to go to your vehicle alone and possibly get robbed. Okay. And dealing with children, and dealing them at home sometimes. If possible, small children at home, trust babysitter. Teach your child to go to a store clerk and ask for help in case your child is separated from you. One of the things that I've honestly hated being a policeman, working in areas like the mall. You'd have parents walk up to you with their small kids and they'd be like trying to put the fair board on his children. But the thing is, when the child is lost now, and they have to go to the police, they cry because they're scared of it. I do not know why we constantly do that. How is the child going to come to a policeman to say, hey, I'm lost? If you don't put the fear, hey, the policeman will lock you up. Teach your children to stay close to you at all times while shopping. Never allow your children to make unaccompanied trips to the restaurants. Go to the bathroom right around the corner. Go right around there. You make very careful. Children should never be allowed to go to the car alone. They should never be left alone in the car. Teach your children their full name, their address, their telephone number to give the police officer more security in case they are lost. Teach children to immediately inform if a stranger is bothering them. At home, be extra cautious about locking your doors. Be very cautious about locking your doors and windows when you leave the house, even for a few minutes. When leaving home for an extended period of time, a lot of us still have to go to work. Have a neighbor, that's for vacations. When leaving home for extended periods of time, I'm sure you have a neighbor that you're cool with, that you're close to. Hey, I go all the time. Whenever my neighbors leave, we'll always exchange numbers. We'll always say, hey, go all the time for a couple of days. Keep our eye on the house, keep our eye on the car. And that's what we do. That's just what we do. You can have someone that you're cool with or close to in the neighborhood who you can do this for. Indoor and outdoor lights should be on an automatic timer. Leave a radio or television on in the house so it looks like someone is there. Or leave a light on. Large displays of holiday gifts should not be visible through the windows and doors of the home. When setting up a Christmas tree or an holiday display, make sure all doors and passageways are clear inside the house. Be sure your trees are mounted on a sturdy base so children that have new persons or family pets cannot pull it down by themselves. If you use lights in the Christmas tree, ensure that the wire is not damaged or frayed. Afraid of damaged wires, they cause fires. Place Christmas tree or water on that side. Keep it green. Strangers at your door are persons. Be aware, the criminal sometimes holds couriers or other professionals that come to your door, service workers. Anyone that's coming to your door for any company should be wearing some sort of uniform. They should be wearing some sort of uniform. Even so, Sometimes people is out on trade, they used to work to the company. I said, one trade from where I used to work to CID years ago. I said, throw them in the CID shape down and then go around. But persons coming to your house, persons working for certain companies, they should have some form of identification to identify that, hey, I work here. If I work for BEL or BEC, I have on my shirt. But then I also should have an identification to show you. I've gone to numerous houses in full uniform and you look, there's your ID. Yes, ma'am. 1 second. We have to produce the ID and show the person's the ID when you come to the house. Alright, so anyone coming to your home, we just open your door first. It's uncommon for criminals to take advantage of the generosity. It's not common for criminals to take advantage of the generosity of people during holiday season by soliciting donations from door-on-door charity causes. Although no charity is involved. That's the person who does the sponsorships that every week they in these places or they come to your door, knocking on your door, trying to get some kind of monetary assistance. Again, like I said, I ask for identification for persons who work for companies and who donate to recognizable charities. You gotta know who these persons are. You see the Salvation Army and all those places. You know that young people, every year they do. Every year those persons attending parties. Have something to eat before you attend the party. You gotta eat something before you consume alcohol. You gotta protein foods, to slow the absorption of alcohol. Remember, only time to eliminate alcohol from the body. Know your safe limit. Know how much to drink. And never drink and drive. We can never be too careful or too prepared or too aware. Please share the information with your family and friends and neighbors. On behalf of Superintendent Dana Josie, the Commander of the Investigation, along with all the officers, we wish each and every one of you and your families a safe and happy, peaceful season. Any questions? Or anything? Yes, sir.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
You said that, if you're wrong with the numbers, there were about 15 or so house breaking. Were they confined to any specific area or?
That would encompass the entire west. The entire western division. And that western division would be a whole area that I described.
Did you find that there were higher incidents of home break-ins, once there were active construction going on within the area?
Those construction break-ins, yeah, we've gotten a few of those in the last couple of weeks. The persons who are building, the persons breaking into these homes, when they break into these halfway constructed homes and steel generators and AC units and different appliances for the homes.
Not just the construction site, not about the neighborhood themselves.
Oh, you mean the neighbors?
Yes.
Well, not as much. Those persons, those things are not really regulated. The persons going to work from time to time. So, yeah. Anything else?
The 6 year ran off, it covers which period?
That would cover from January to August.
January to August?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You mentioned that you have a larger area of responsibility. Would you say that you have more response vehicles and manpower at your station compared to the others?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Just for my own edification and satisfaction, do you find where is the best fit in weight in terms of numbers of break-in with the entire island?
We're talking about it.
And
We're talking about it. In terms of break-ins.
top.
We're wrong. In the butt camera. Yeah. We're dropping the butt. You have other areas, they kill in those areas.
In your numbers, did you note that drug offenses or arrests are higher than home break-ins? When you went over the numbers, I thought it was something like 27 drug offenses.
Yeah. We got 27 break-ins, there are 27 drugs. Now these are arrests and found drugs, so they're not all persons that were arrested. Those were just complaints involving drugs. Yeah, we have around 18
So there's
drugs.
more of that in this neighborhood than break-ins.
Yes.
What more could I-
Of the incidences that took place in the western area and the persons that were arrested or charged with the offense, how many of them were from the western area,
That's
if any?
Okay. You find with a lot of break-ins, these fellows are coming from different areas. They're moving from different areas. They're in vehicles. They're moving from different areas. They come to your house, knock on your door. Someone answers, "Hey, we looking for Bob." Bob don't live here. Okay, they go. They go to the next door. They knock, no one answers. They kick your door. They steal the stuff and they go. A lot of the persons that are doing the break-ins, they do not live in these areas. A lot of the persons selling drugs in the areas don't live in these areas. A lot of them don't live in the areas. They come in these areas. They fly their trade and they leave. That's a job for them. That's a job for them. Even over the hill, a lot of persons over the hill. Those persons coming over west to live. They live over west. They sell drugs from 9 till 5. And they
What is the CCTV coverage in the western division?
CCTV coverage? I do not know.
Is there any?
I know it's more uptown. I know it's more uptown. Now I can find out what it is for you, and possibly I can get the information on this program. I can get the information.
A lot of CCTV, they would not necessarily see that. What happened is, one great advantage to this, many of the homes have camera system, and they don't cover just the front. It covers a wide area. So just going down a part of the street.
You're gonna hit multiple cameras.
Picked up.
Yeah. We do have CCTV cameras. Great Tropical
Tropical
Gardens.
Gardens, sorry.
Great Tropical Gardens. We do have CCTV cameras in that area. Yeah, we do have CCTV cameras in that area. Yes, ma'am?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. My concern is this, officer. When I listen to the news and I hear the police telling us, like what robbery went on and what happened and how we must protect ourselves, to be the criminal. What I would like to hear is the officers telling the criminals, giving them a message, telling them what y'all gonna do with them when y'all catch them. Take them on the parade or something and give them a living or something. But tell them what they're listening to the news also, they are listening to the news while y'all telling us how to protect ourselves from them. And they're just laughing. But y'all please send a message to the criminals, letting them know what y'all gonna do with them when y'all catching them.
We try to do that.
No, I listen all the time. They don't get any message. Listen. They don't get any message.
Yes, sir.
Do you think you have persons in the western area will be housing parties and functions at their houses? How important is it for those persons housing these things to know who's coming to their house and who these guests are that they're having at these parties? And I'm really concerned about that because there was an incident where someone would have had a party in my area, and a week or so later, someone attempted to break in someone's house, and it was discovered that person was at that very function.
That's all, it's a great possibility. But then, how do we know?
I'm saying the owners who
No,
house
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even as owners, you're not gonna know everybody that's coming to your body.
really.
Not just big backyard. Dinners.
Anyone else?
Hello. Can you list some of the things whereby we should call the police immediately
call the police. We have a 919 number. The number for the Western Police Station is 377-7373. Call for anything that makes you uncomfortable. The people that play a noise too much, too loud, call us. Whatever that is.
I'm not saying, that. Is there a law as to when, is there a law as to when persons can stop making noise when they're housing these?
We have something called a nuisance, the Nuisance and Dance Act. Yeah. The thing is, anytime something disturbs you, even according to the Constitution, anything that disturbs you or anything that bothers you, you can complain about it. Once you call, whatever time of day it is, we're going to come and tell them cut it down or cut it off.
But is there a time limit for having those?
There ain't no time limit.
Okay.
There ain't no time limit.
So motorcycles on Sunday. We in tropical garden.
We often do little operations for them to divert them and send them off, send them back.
So when you don't stop, you let them get back. And if they leave so late, if they leave at 10 o'clock, you're not in bed yet. But when they start at 11, 12 o'clock, they wake up early.
That's an open one for us. We always, whenever we do like weekend operations, it's always targeted at the Ambera and the cyclists. Yes, sir.
Excuse me. The police patrols that patrol the different areas, are they usually the same officers that are assigned to those areas, or do they rotate?
There are normally officers assigned to the area, from the station, the divisional stations in the area.
I was asking because we have a WhatsApp crime group in Sea Beach, I live in Sea Beach Estates, and we used to have Officer Major in the group, but he was assigned to another location, and I was wondering if we could get the newly assigned officers to join our group. I know in other jurisdictions there are community WhatsApp groups, and as soon as somebody sees something, they report it to the WhatsApp group and they send a unit right away. It's like,
With crime watch, you can have whoever's in charge of your crime watch. You can call 377-7373, and you can get someone from there. And we at the station, we have a cell phone.
377.
377-7373. That's the number for the Western Station. Once you call it up, we can always exchange numbers.
Hi. Okay. The airport police station and the Cable Beach police station,
Yes, sir.
should we be calling just the Cable Beach? Because
Is Sea Beach under this jurisdiction that you were talking about?
Sea
That's where
Beach.
I got confused.
Sea Beach is where?
Sea Beach Estates is
Right,
a
yes,
Sun Fun
it's a
Resort.
Sun Fun.
Yes, it's the Sun Fun. That's Cable Beach.
Oh,
That's Cable Beach.
so where you said your division?
Western Police Station.
You started at the airport? No, I mean,
That's the station next to the airport. We cut off here on Lake Road, coming back down from the beach. So everything going back is Cable Beach.
but you were telling the gentleman that he can still, for Sea Beach, he can still call 377.
No, I wasn't too familiar with where it was.
Right.
But you'll have to call Cable Beach for that.
Cable Beach.
327-8800. Yes, sir.
How seriously does the police take calls about domestic disturbances? Because I have these neighbors, right? They don't piss they off. But they go at it all the time. All you say is blast, breaking this and that. Oh, geez. At least twice a month, like 3 o'clock in the morning, out of nowhere, you just hear it. And I call, I don't live in Killarney, but I call the station nearest to me. And they know the house. They know exactly, because it's not only me that calls, it's everyone who calls. And they say they come in. I stay up all night looking out the window, saying, Lord, what happened tonight? They never reach. And this happens all the time.
You call 919.
Pardon me?
You call 919.
I called the station, then when they didn't come, that's when I called 919, no one came. They said someone is coming. 919 said someone is coming already.
More often than not, you'll get a better response from 919 than you get from a lot of these stations.
But 919 told me that someone is coming. They cut me off and tell me once I called the corner name, they told me someone coming. But that's so often it happens, like.
It's never any excuse for the police not showing up in person. It's never any excuse.
I live in my station, so that's the funny part.
It's never any excuse.
Officer, can you also educate them that dogs, I'm not talking crime now, when a dog make noise, that's also they're supposed to know that too.
Anything that disturbs you, anything that bothers you, you will call 911. And there's nothing.
One thing I don't think I can say in this area is great. Speak about the walking and stuff like that. How and I go by myself.
Anything else?
Yes, another concern in the Sea Beach Estates communities is the nightclub that was established in the San Juan Resort. I don't know if you're familiar with San Juan Resort. Yes. That club every weekend closes at 2 a.m. And at 2 a.m. all the patrons come out making noise, cursing, screeching tires leaving the area with motorcycles. It's very disturbing, especially for us who live near.
With that, get on to the commander of the Cable Beach Police Station. That's Mr. Marlon Fulford, Chief Superintendent. And I'm sure he'll have officers in that area to try and alleviate some of the issues.
Around 2 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
We were driving behind the police, we were coming, because we lived in Sea Beach once, I mean, a couple of years or so ago. So we moved in the West, but we were driving behind the police, and they saw the disturbance and the people all in the road. They didn't come, they just drove through. That's like how we did.
Like I said, it's inexcusable when persons can see an issue before the issue really moves and goes out of control. These are the right persons carrying it. Once again, I'm looking at it like one guys speaking persons in authority at Western and Cable Beach Police Station, and I'll speak to the person and I'll ensure that they speak to the person under their with respect to that during the report.
And another issue back to the dogs. The person, back to Sea Beach, the person who makes, if they keep their dogs tied day and night, you will call the police, but the problem is, he's a high-ranking police officer, and they will say to you that they can't send anybody below his rank. So I'm telling them, that isn't my business, I don't give you keep sending someone, that's why I be a nuisance, and that's why I said, if you want, you just have to keep calling them, be a nuisance. I'm sure they know my name well, but I'm just saying to them, it's time to sleep with these out. So I'm saying this to be serious with you. These officers, I'm just saying, like I said, that one is a high-ranking officer, he knows very well that his dogs, they know his name, nobody does anything, so now you keep calling, he'll run and say, oh, send somebody, he'll just maybe go feed the dogs. But I'm saying, but who reprimands, if you ask them for the commissioner of police email address, they won't even give it to you, do you know it?
We have a website. we have a website.
You have the commissioner of police email address.
His email address is on that.
Oh, I checked that, the one.
His email address is on
The
it.
one I wrote, it bounced back.
His email address is on it. Also, the cell number is on that.
You don't have it.
complaints that you have that are concerning police officers, we have the complaints in brush unit there.
The high right.
Any complaint that you have that are concerning police officers, there is someone about there, right? There is someone about there. So any complaint that you have,
complaint?
that's at police headquarters.
And who's in charge of that area?
Sabrina Porter, she recently, that's Chief Superintendent Porter.
She was at CB.
She recently left Cable Beach and went to complaints unit. So any person, she recently left Cable Beach and she went to complaints unit. So any person with any concerns or anything like that, I know a few you may have a contact. You may have a contact for, or if you contact complaints unit, we'll explain the problem. She'll be able to deal with it.
Can you repeat the name of the officer at Cable Beach?
That's Chief Superintendent Marlon Fulford. Yes.
FUL?
FOR.
I just wanted to make a comment. We're all lodging our complaints tonight, but you know, the perpetrators of our disturbance of our peace are our brothers, sisters, mommy, daddy, nieces, nephews, and whomever else. And I use social media as long as I find you get results when you put things out there. I just want to encourage all of us that we know we have family members who are taking in crime or disturbing people's peace and misbehaving. We need to just talk to them, deal with it. We can't just depend, they say crime is everybody's business. We just can't depend on the police for everything, because sometimes I would have sat in an audience with some people who were complaining about all this crime, and one lady, she have 2 sons who are in prison, but she complaining more than anyone else. So we need to just be responsible. On a serious note, we need to be responsible. We need to take ownership and talk to these children or whomever else related to us who are causing the disturbance of people's peace. Because, you know, from what I see with the anger and frustration from crime and people and injustice in this country, we are about to get a civil war break out. God forbid. But something needs to be done because people are on the edge and just simply, when they feel they can't go to anyone. And so we start with ourselves and our families and whomever else, our colleagues and co-workers, because some of these same people who are sitting in your congregation complaining about the crime are the aiders and abettors of the crime. I just wanted to say that.
I would just like to thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much, Inspector McKinney. You were excellent. Thank you so much for the information that you gave to us. And now I say to us, I've heard it. Let's take it, use it, keep calling, don't get frustrated. You have an issue in your neighborhood, your area, keep calling until you get results. And if you can't get through, I have him on speed dial, so call me, and I'll give you his number so he can fix whatever the problem is in your neighborhood. Inspector Kinney, I just want to present you with this book, The Power of Determination. The author of this book is our very own Dr. Hubert Willis. Go and read You want to know if he's going to sign the copy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just a bit of housekeeping. I want to recognize recognize our Member of Parliament, Dr. Mills. We have a lovely wife with us evening. She's always with us. This is Patricia Minnis, and I want to also recognize Senator Barnett. I want to also recognize we have two of our former chairmen was with us this evening, and that's Sterling and Frank. So I think Sterling is still here. Frank told me he's come to meetings. I never see him, but I guess he's come in spirit. This evening is the first time I've seen him. And I also want to let you all know that we all are from Mount Pleasant here this evening. Anybody from Mount Pleasant? Just you one? Two? Good. Two persons are from Mount Pleasant. We had a wonderful, wonderful meeting in Mount Pleasant on Sunday past, and Dr. Minnis did a presentation, and I called it the empowerment presentation. He empowered the people. He really gave them the power back to them. Because sometimes we don't know what power we have until people tell us what we've got. And I think sometimes we forget. But we are a very powerful set of people, and use the power that God has given you. Amen. Every phase of your life. Okay, so use your power. You got power. And I want to give a gift out, but I want a hard question. Somebody stand up and give me a question I could ask. Someone give me a hard question I could ask that you think ain't nobody know. Only you and me know.
Make sure they don't answer.
So you gotta come tell me this question. I got one hard. I have a question that I think is hard, but I think it's easy.
The hard question is, I don't know the hard question.
And then you stay seated. Okay. Lord, this question we have.
Make sure you get the answer.
Okay. I need you could probably team up with somebody and get the answers. That's how hard this question is. You will need help. I need you to tell me, and I do not want anyone standing out of turn. We have a police in the house, so I can have him deal with you. Okay, so please behave yourselves. I want you to tell me, I need 4 answers. Okay? I need you to tell me how many house break-ins from January to August, how many shop break-ins, how many stolen vehicles, and how many stealings we have in this area. Y'all isn't talking, y'all is listening, so give me the answer. You can do that. I can do that. But that's why I tell you could team up with somebody and get the answer. If you give me half, I'm just so good. If you give me half an answer, I can live with that. Okay. No, you need 2 or more. I don't need 1.
Stealing.
Wait, stand up. Let me recognize who raised their hand first. I think
We just want the best. House break.
great.
Go ahead. 25.
Now stand up for me, please. 26. What is 26? 26 house break-in. Okay, 26 house break-ins.
I think they say 15 steal.
15 stealing. Okay. Stealing. House break-in. What the other one is? You give me 3. Give me the okay. Senator, give Senator.
We wanted you to get the list.
You want to try?
You wanted again.
Pardon me?
We wanted you to get the list of capital
Okay.
crimes
house break-ins, stolen vehicles, and how many stealings? That's 4. Come on, let's go. How many?
14 stolen.
14 stolen vehicles, okay.
15.
15? 15 house break-ins? Okay. No, you can't have from that fast.
She said 33 assaults, is that one of the?
33 assaults?
31.
I didn't say assault.
That's what they wanted you to give the category of crimes again, offenses again.
33?
No, that's assaults, I said. So I'm asking you what-
I'm asking you for how many shop break-ins, house break-ins, stolen vehicles, and stealings? Now you said 14 stolen vehicles,
So, yes, 14.
15 house break-ins, and what's the other one? 33, how much?
So that's 33 was the assault.
33 assaults? Okay. Anybody else want to try? Before I say who's the winner of them both? Anybody else? Okay.
The theft of property is one of the called stealing.
Yes.
31.
31? Okay.
That's the answer.
So who's gonna, okay. Angie, both of your answers are incorrect. Thank you so much for trying. One thing with Angie now, she's really, she's a good team player. And Miss Ellis, what's your representative name, Miss Ellis?
Yes.
Miss Moss?
I was her representative.
Who, now we go. Who was the representative?
I was representing her.
You was representing her.
Right, so it's her answer.
It's her answer.
Yes.
Boy, she was almost right. There was 18 house break-ins, not 15. And there were 14 stolen vehicles, she got that right. And there were 31 stealings or assaults. And there was crime of property. So you got 3 correct, 2. You got 2 correct. So come, Sherilyn, come get your prize.
I know this prize is the commissioner of police.
Miss Moss, you seem to be a very determined woman. Continue to read The Power of Determination and continue to be very determined. God bless you, and we'll get that number for you. You'll get that sign.
Come behind the microphone.
Yeah, perfect.
Dr. Minnis, let's welcome our Member of Parliament, Dr. Minnis.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the inspector for enlightening us this evening about crime. Crime is everybody's problem. We have initiated several programs within the Killarney constituency. Many individuals have received their doorbell, which is a video, and they've used that basically as a scanner for their entire area, so they know when people are even moving in the area without necessarily coming on their property. There are still a few left. And then we've introduced the camera system. That is guided by the police. So we don't just go and select a particular area. It's based on the demand or the incidence of crime in that particular area. I think Sea Beach area is next for a camera system. Thank you. We had a very interesting and a great meeting in Mount Pleasant. At that time, we had the Mount Pleasant members of the community spoke with very significant. Their greatest challenge was inflation. They felt that the light bill within their community had increased dramatically, and the water bill within their community had also increased dramatically. And we had put a proposal to them to assist them. We've asked them, you have your association, homeowners association, community association, establish among yourselves a financial committee. That committee would be responsible for identifying the individuals within the Mount Pleasant community who face these challenges. They would have protocols and guidelines as to who need assistance. Obviously starting first with the elderly, and you develop the criteria for that particular area. And we've made a commitment that once you have the committee that make the determination and the selection, because they would know their community much better than others. We have made a commitment that we would donate to the Mount Pleasant community $5,000. That's $5,000 quarterly that's given to the association. And the association make a determination as to how much and who needs the assistance. Obviously, Killarney is broken up into various different associations. But the challenges that Mount Pleasant face is not the same challenge like a P face. It's not the same challenge Sea Beach face, or the same challenge Westridge face. For example, the challenge, especially within the Westridge area, their greatest challenge is noise, pollution, and dumping. That is not a challenge in Gambia. Speeding is a challenge also in the Westridge area, therefore they would request speed bumps. That's not a challenge in Gambia. Gambia don't need speed bumps. So once it's broken up into various different associations, then you tailor the assistance depending on the area. So we know that Sea Beach is a priority at this particular time for the camera system. And therefore, and that is guided by the police, not us. The police determines exactly where they replace the shelter. They have a system in place already, and we are only responsible basically for paying the bill and making sure that Sea Beach is safe. After which we move segmentally into various different areas. But I think we will continue moving through various associations, determining and looking to see what are the issues and deal with them as much as quickly as possible. But Mount Pleasant, I think that program that we've introduced into Mount Pleasant, I think that would be able to help quite a number of people. And obviously, their finance committee within the community was determined as to what is the maximum amount, etc. But they will have criteria. So again, I want to thank you all for coming out. I see there's a big crowd. I hope they have sufficient food for all of you. I did not eat before I came. I thought they were going to have quite a bit of food. But when I look over there, it's very sparse. But again, thank you very much for coming. We'll see you next time.
Thank you again. Thank you all for coming. And stay tuned. We'll be coming to a park near you soon in your homeowners association to meet with you to discuss what your concerns and needs are. So thank you again for coming out this evening. We'll call Madam Chaplain to close this out in prayer. And everybody drive safely, get home safely, and see you again next month.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the law enforcement enforcement agent that came by this evening to teach us and give us some wisdom keys. We pray, O Lord, that we would receive what he said and apply it to cause us to have less incidents of crime. Father, tonight I pray that all of us as Bahamians would be the Bahamians that I grew up in a country who was transparent and orderly and lawful, people who believed in working hard for what they got and satisfied with what they had until they could have gotten to wherever they wanted to go through hard work and industry. Lord, I pray that it comes back into the hearts of our Bahamian population. Father, I pray for peace in our nation, peace in the hearts of our people. There's just so many people walking around angry, filled with unforgiveness, filled with bitterness and anger and hatred. And so, God, replace it with love and temperance. Replace it with a care for our neighbors once more, where we look out for one another, where we see someone on the street begging and we would try and offer them a meal to eat. Father, in other words, bring us back to those days when Bahamians were kind towards one another, loving towards one another. Father, when we love our neighbors and love our country, we won't break into their homes, we won't rape, we won't beat and fight and just get angry and run into one another's cars, road rage. Father, bring peace, be shalom. And so, God, I thank you for this meeting this evening. I ask that you continue to bless and cover us and protect us. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Attention, please. Attention.
Before you leave, obviously your loud voice. Louder. Before you leave, there is a particular young lady who has attended almost all events in Killarney. She attended every meeting within Killarney Association also. And she passed away a couple of weeks ago down her road. And they also members from the Killarney Association, including myself, attended her funeral. She'll be greatly missed. Her son is here, but the association have made a commitment that we as an organization, because she has been so close to us and a part of us, we would give the families a donation, a presentation on her behalf for the family. So I just wanted to, so you would receive that before you leave. But again, I extend my condolence to the passing of your mother, who has been